Good morning, Molly. Do you want to go out? Oh, that's a big yawn, but I bet you still want to go out. Oh, look at you stretching. Do you still want to go out? Do you still want to go out? Of course you do. Egg butter and tomato sauce. I don't care what you think. It's my butter. It feels a bit like my recent videos have got a little bit complicated and in-depth. So I thought I'd step back and just chill and just talk a little bit about the basics of simple living and chilling out and being cool and just enjoying life. Molly enjoys life. Let's go. So yeah, over the last couple of months, I think that my videos are getting a little bit more complicated and in-depth than I initially wanted them to. I wanted this to be about slow living, simple living. But I'm talking about simple living, but my videos are getting a little bit complicated. So I'm going to pare them down a little bit and talk about the basics. Just talk about the pleasures and the benefits of living a simple life. Talking about living simply at home, talking about appreciating the countryside, appreciating the world around you. And that's what it's all about. It's a beautiful day today. I'm stuck behind a bloke doing about 20 miles an hour. But let's not let it bother us. It's a beautiful day. We're in the middle of the countryside. We're up on the Lancashire moors. The wind's blowing, the sky's blue, the sun is warm coming through the window, and all is good with the world. So let's get back to basics. I think I've got off track a little bit lately, but that's just me. I like talking. Once I start opening my mouth, it just all pours out like verbal diarrhea, and I can't stop. But I think I'm complicating matters a little bit. I think we need to get back to basics, what slow living is all about. And I think part of slow living, and a major part of slow living, of adopting this lifestyle, is resisting the temptations that are put in front of us. I think one of the hardest things we've got now in life to resist, for the good of our health, or for the good of our wallets, or for the good of our well-being, is resisting temptation in the supermarket, in the market, online. We're talking about people trying to sell you things, trying to sell you unnecessary things, things that you didn't know you wanted until you were told you wanted them and needed them and can't carry on, can't live without them. And I think that's a difficult thing. And I think this is where we talk about pleasure and happiness. We're being sold things that give us instant gratification, a brief frisson, a little bit of joy, just until that wears off, and then we have to go and buy something else to replicate that feeling again. And I think that's the hardest part of slow living. So that's just what I want to concentrate on today. Yes, by all means, we change our lifestyle. We try to slow down, eat simpler, think simpler, live simpler. And a great part of that is spend simpler. We could all do with spending less. There's no downside about spending less. Spending less means that you need less. But we go to the supermarket and it's there, and there's a variety of goods and multicoloured, all shouting out to us that you need this and you need that. And I've been living this kind of lifestyle for years, and I'm still tempted by all that. Of course I am. It's difficult to resist sometimes. I mean, I'm I've always been into photography, and that can be a very, very expensive hobby. And I'm still tempted by new gadgets and new things that come out. And I have to try and tell myself no, because you can't afford it. You know that when you get it, usually when you spend a lot of money on things, there's just a little bit of regret once you've spent it, once it's come. Usually you think, it's great, but did I spend a bit too much? Did I really need it? And I think that's the most difficult thing, to achieve in slow living, because money is so important, because money is so necessary, and no matter what kind of lifestyle you live and where you live it, money comes into it. There's very little you can do without finances. And so that's the biggest hurdle to get over. Getting used to not being tempted. When you go and do your weekly shop, I'm fine. My health says that I have to eat more or less the same things every day, which means I can be in and out of the supermarket in 10 minutes and know exactly how much I've spent. It's fairly basic, so I probably spend about half of what a lot of people spend, and that's great, and I'm happy with that. And that kind of habit has passed on, stretched into other aspects of my life, that money doesn't matter. I don't need to spend it. I've got a lifestyle, and my lifestyle is just like everybody else's lifestyle in that it's a habit. I do the same things day in, day out. It's nothing special, there's nothing magical. But it's like where I am now. And it's quiet and it's fairly early morning. So there's hardly anyone about. It will fill up as the day goes on. There's just me and Molly. We've been for a nice walk. And this is somewhere Molly likes to sit for an hour. Oh, she's just run off into the woods, must have seen a squirrel. And this is where she likes to sit for an hour before we go home. And that's all I need. And I can appreciate the countryside, the quiet, the sky above me, the peace, sound of bird song. I can hear the odd dog barking way off in the distance. I can hear my dog barking behind me. And that's what it's all about. I think that's the starting point. If you're starting on this journey, young or old, whenever you're starting on this journey, take it a step at a time. Don't try to change everything all at once. Don't try to achieve a simpler, slower lifestyle. Don't suddenly, it's not going to work. You're going to go into withdrawal. Do it gently, step by step. And I do think that the first step is the financial step. Is to try to cut down your spending. Is the resistance. It's difficult at first, but it soon becomes easy. And it soon becomes gratifying to actually know that you're spending less. There's something virtuous about it. Something that gives you a bit of a buzz. A few cars are turning up now. So we're going to go and carry on our walk. I hope you all have a good day. It's New Government Day here in the UK. Lots of things are going to change, or nothing's going to change. I don't think very much will change in our life. Have a good day. We shall see you all on the flip. Peace and love.